Secretary General.
Shalom, Shalom, Mr. President. It's a great honor to meet you.
It's a pleasure and honor for us.
It's a great honor for me. Thank you very much. Hold on.
Great friend of us. Well, Secretary General, it is once again a pleasure and a great honor to welcome you back to Israel and to Jerusalem. Secretary General, Israel is proud of the role it plays in the international community, from technology and medicine and academia and culture. Israel is proud of the help it offers through Mashav and other humanitarian programs that help build a better world. Israel is proud of the role it is playing at the United Nations, the most important international forum. We are proud to hold the chair for the General Assembly Legal Affairs Panel, and I congratulate Ambassador Danny Danon for this historic achievement. On the humanitarian side, Hamas still refuses to give, even to the Red Cross, information on the fate of two of our soldiers, Aldar Goldin and Oron Shaul. At the same time, we are very worried about two Israeli citizens, both suffering poor mental health, for one Muslim and one Jewish. They are being held by Hamas after crossing into Gaza 2 years ago. Again, Hamas has refused to give details about their well-being or where they are held. I ask you to do all you can to bring an end to this pain. Secretary General, our dear friend, as you know, there is growing cooperation between Israel and many of our neighbors. There is, I believe, a regional desire to bring to an end to the conflict with the Palestinians. At this opportunity, I want to welcome the chance to renew the relations with Turkey. We have a long history of cooperation, and I believe we have a promising future of cooperation. I understand the many Israelis that disagree or feel hurt by the agreement, but our elected leaders have the responsibility to act in the country's best interest. There are no shortcuts in the Middle East. Hatred spreads much faster than hope, and the only way to move forward is direct negotiation. Secretary General, this may be your last visit to Israel in your current position. So I take this opportunity to thank you from the bottom of our heart for your dedication to our region and for peoples around the whole world. You will always be welcome here, always, as a true friend of Israel, even if we may not always agree, as a friend who knows the importance of a strong Israel. Once again, I would like to welcome you to the State of Israel and to Jerusalem.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. President. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of media, senior officials of both United Nations and Israel. Shalom. Thank you, Mr. President, for your warm welcome to Israel. As you know, I'm in my 10th year and final year as a Secretary General, and this is my 11th visit to Israel. I wanted to use this opportunity to meet with leaders in both Israel and Palestine to discuss the way forward. I also appreciate the chance I had earlier today to meet with innovators and at Tel Aviv University who are working to build a better tomorrow. Mr. President, a better tomorrow also means a future free from violence. The latest appalling terror attack in Tel Aviv is a vivid example. I offer my deepest condolences to the victims and their families and friends. Stabbings, shootings, and bombings will not achieve anything because violence is never a solution. Such acts are precisely designed to breed fear and uncertainty. They eat away at trust and hope, drive Palestinians and Israelis farther apart, and strip away a sense of empathy for one another. I must be equally clear that nearly 50 years of occupation has had a devastating impact on Palestinian lives, undermining the belief in a peaceful resolution to this conflict. It also has not brought security for Syrians. Leaders on both sides need to urgently take concrete steps to restore hope and the political horizon so that the Israeli and Palestinian people see a pathway to peace, not a quagmire of recurring violence. I firmly believe that a negotiated two-state solution remains the only viable option to prevent perpetual conflict and to achieve the legitimate aspirations of both the peoples. I am encouraged by the recent international and regional engagement. The Middle East Quartet is completing a balanced and fair report on the situation and the obstacles to the two-state solution. Once it is published, I encourage Israeli and Palestinian leaders to engage with the Quartet on its recommendations and on creating the conditions for the resumption of meaningful negotiations. Let me assure you, Mr. President, that the United Nations stands ready to support all efforts in achieving these goals. Mr. President, I also want to take this opportunity to recognize your leadership in the fight against intolerance and for inclusion. Your words and actions reflect your deep commitment to ensuring that all Israelis of all backgrounds are treated with dignity and respect. Mr. President, I count on your courage and leadership to take the bold actions that will establish a just, comprehensive, and lasting peace for the people of Israel and Palestine. Mr. President, finally, let me add that I welcome today's announcement of the normalization of relations between Israel and Turkey. This is an important and hopeful signal for the stability of the region. Toda, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.